Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of our first look at War Hospital, this powerful new game. It's really a sim of a World War I frontline hospital, and we are in the process of just trying to manage our resources. Right now, we don't have a lot of casualties, though we have some more coming in from the advanced dressing station, which is up here close to the front lines. And I'm sure a lot more is going to be happening. It's got kind of a story that drives things too, so events unfold that cause you to have to react to those things. If you didn't see the first episode of our look, there's a link in the description that'll take you to that. Right now, my big problem is having enough surgical supplies. We lost a patient during surgery. Unfortunately, that happens a lot, but we're doing pretty good. We've saved 18 out of the 27 that we've had to treat so far. Looks like I've got a well-rested surgeon here, but what I don't have are too much in the way of surgical supplies. So this guy here, let's take a look at him. Simple operation, high chance of failure. Ooh. All right, we're going to go ahead and do it. Take our chances here. Hopefully we can save him. Sir, a peculiar patient was brought to the casualty clearing station requiring your attention. I advise considering his case carefully. Okay.
I inform you that I left a personal recommendation note with one of the patients who was recently brought to the casualty clearing station.
Okay. So let's see what this is all about. Let's go ahead and go inside the CCS and see. Here's the VIP. So it's Ralphie Morgan. Exhausting operation. Chances of failure uncertain. Complication chances are certain. He's from the North Riding of Yorkshire. He's to be promoted to corporal due to his exceptional zeal and unyielding valor during the defense of the trenches. Recommend giving his case higher priority, ensuring his quick return to active duty. So this is probably a morale thing with this guy. His father was killed by German artillery right in front of his eyes in January 1950, and unfortunately that happened a lot. Okay, so this guy's resting. I don't know if we want to throw him into this yet. We got this guy that's critical. Honestly, we're going to have to probably go ahead and deny his surgery. We've got to deal with this guy here. And what else I need to do is I need to get a nurse back working in the... Oh, we do have one in the operating ward, okay. Because I had to pull one from the casualty clearing station because she was getting exhausted. We need another nurse is what we need. We need to be able to rotate people so that there are always opportunities for people to rest. Because they start to get exhausted otherwise. There we go. So let's do that. Engineers, same deal. I'm going to rotate them a little bit because we have nothing else they're really working on at the moment. A couple things I'm going to do here. We're going to do the engineering depot. It's going to improve the pharmacy's production speed by 25%, which will be really helpful in making sure that we're producing enough materials, especially surgical materials, which we desperately need. I've still got some available requisition slips or whatever you call those. So we're going to look at other possible improvements here. Housing. There's not really anything we can do at the moment there. Healing. Yeah, I don't think I'll do any of that. We might look at some more production. Being able to produce some more food, which will, I think, allow us to have a bigger staff. So, yeah, I think that's what we'll probably do. Oh, we can also unlock production of some alcohol to keep everybody happy, keep morale up. That's not a bad idea. We're currently operating on Ralphie Morgan. He is stable at the moment, so that's some good news. Did we already do the operation? Oh, no, he's resting. That's why. So we haven't actually started it yet. So let's go ahead and get that operation going, if we can.
Doctor is starting a new shift.
Okay, sir, we discovered severe damage to the patient's skull. He is unlikely to survive without lengthy and complicated procedure. We don't have the specialistic light system, which is what would be needed in order to do the surgery to save him, so we're probably going to lose him, and this is the guy that they want us to save, I think. Yeah, that was the doctor that was working on him. Oh boy, not good.
Sir, medics are on the way.
Alright, Rafi Morgan's surgery is almost complete. Got my fingers crossed he's going to make it. Come on, baby.
Sir, we lost this patient.
Morale's down to 45%. That one hurts. That was one that they especially wanted us to save. Okay. So we got a doctor that's well rested. This guy seems like it should be a pretty easy operation. Let's go ahead and drop him in there. Let the other doctor rest. The others can hold off for now. So now that we've made some upgrades, we can assign engineers to the engineering depot working to make alcohol or additional food. And right now we just don't have enough of anybody to be able to do that because we're still worried about kind of rotating everybody and making sure they're well enough rested. But obviously we just have to keep producing everything, managing our supplies the best we can. Yeah, I just reassigned somebody to the cemetery because my medical team that was already working the cemetery were on the point of exhaustion. So we've got another attack about to come, which means we're going to be getting some additional casualties coming in. We've got enough on the front lines to deal with that right now. So if we research shift system, we can actually assign shifts. And workers will only be given working given hours. I don't think we're quite there yet. I think I can still kind of just micromanage that myself. But as this grows and as we add additional people to our staff, that's definitely going to become something we want to do. I'm going to research medical drip right now. Yeah, I think we'll assign this engineer here. All right, here comes the attack. I think we've got enough guys on the front lines to deal with it.
An artillery strike so close to the hospital. Those bastards are violating the Geneva Convention.
I don't think they're worried about that.
The cannons are not aiming at the hospital. It's at our trench lines, Major. They're German howitzers, hence the missiles seem to fall close to us.
Surgical supplies should suffice for quite a few operations.
Thinking, Major. We need a specialized unit that could gather information about events outside the hospital. We cannot only rely on the pieces of information from HQ. I received permission from headquarters to commission a scouting unit, but it was conditional. The scouts are to be under your command,
Interesting.
not mine.
I understand, Lieutenant Colonel. I see you're not happy with that.
No, but I know better than to argue with HQ.
Yeah, we just got a bunch of new casualties.
As soon as you prepare lodging for them and request their arrival.
Very good. Thank you for your...
Alright, so build a scout tent,
Sir,
request
we
a
have
scout
received
team.
a dispatch concerning one of the patients who was brought in on the last train.
So we've got a dispatch about one of the patients again. So let's go ahead and take a look at all this stuff here. So this is our guy here. To Major Henry Wells, I'm writing to you with a personal request to give extra attention to the case of Lieutenant de la Pergoff. I would be much obliged if he was to be operated on and sent for rehabilitation as quickly as possible. Oh, General of the 5th Army. So this is probably his son. Yep, it is. Boy. Exhausting operation of 6 hours. There's no chance of failure. So that's the good news. I don't know yet how to use the trauma ward and the chemical ward because I haven't figured out a way to like to transfer these guys over to one of those wards. Can I do that? Switch to trauma ward. Will it let me? I don't think it will. So it's going to take 12 hours to construct the scout tent, so we're working on that with our one available
Medics are on
engineer.
the way.
I just don't have enough staff points. We have to complete HQ requests or from other events in order to gain more staff points. So I'm hoping
new patient arrived.
that by saving this VIP, that's going to help us get some more staff points.
Sir, engineers reached the construction site.
Let's take a look at our rehab center real quick, see if anybody's ready to... Oh, we've got one, and the other two are halted because we're waiting for a new nurse to arrive there. Morale's getting kind of low. I think we're going to release this guy from duty. Try and get that morale back up. We've got 2 being operated on right now. We've got a couple days till the next attack. We're good on supplies.
Sir, nurses reached the rehab.
All right, we've got an operation event we've got to deal with here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Sir, the damage to the patient's body is extensive but superficial. It seems first aid given to him was enough to prevent further damage during transport. Okay, so that's good. Back to the casualty clearing station. Let's go ahead and take a look at the situation here. We've got 2 operations going on. Both doctors are pretty well rested. We've got a number of patients, but they're all in pretty good condition and don't look like they're going to require a lot in terms of surgery. So I think we'll be okay for the time being. Okay, here we go. Now we've got trauma wounds. Shell shock, combat fatigue, stress, or mental exhaustion. Trauma specialists can operate on trauma wounds in the trauma ward, which we already have. Now we should be able to provide better care for trauma patients. Excellent. So can we see now, is there any... Okay, now we have the ability to assign people in the trauma ward. So Robert Etherington, his diagnosis is here. It's a mental... So the trauma ward's actually going to deal with the mental condition. Baker, the most successful shooter on his town's football team. Excellent. We got to save this guy. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and assign him. I feel like it's going well at the moment. We had some precarious moments there for a while with supplies and such, but we're on top of things pretty well at the moment. The main thing right now is I just need to keep an eye on my staff and make sure that as needed we are rotating out the people that are getting tired and need rest. But right now everybody looks good at the moment.
Sir, operation was successful.
So our main problem right now is our casualty clearing station is overcrowded. We've got 12 where there's really only capacity for 10. Thankfully, we did just complete an operation, so that's going to clear one of those spots. But we're a little overwhelmed right now because of all the fighting at the front line. Everything else looks good at the moment. Let's go to Rehab Center. I think we've got another available. This guy is a +3, so that's huge. Let's send to HQ. I could definitely use the additional points there.
Patient is cured.
Excellent. All right, back to casualty clearing station. Okay, we're currently operating on both of these guys. Everybody else is stable or good at the moment. Oh, we have more in the trauma ward. Okay. Now we're going to start getting overwhelmed there a little bit, I'm afraid. These are long needs as well. 7 hours, 12 hours. Currently operating on a guy already. Sir, I just had a word with the quartermaster. It looks like we're stocked up on plenty of alcohol. I thought we could give some to our staff here in the hospital or share some with the soldiers on the front. I'm sure that would boost the morale. Morale boost, lose 10%, oh, plus 10% combat power until the next battle. I think we're good on that. Let's distribute among the hospital staff. That got morale all the way up to 53%. That's good. That's helpful. All right, we got to get this casualty clearing station cleared out a little more.
Sir, new patient arrived.
Let's go ahead and take a look at where we're at. We got 9 to decide on. Everybody's stable or good, so there's not really any need to be going and denying treatment to anybody, I don't think, at the moment. But we might get overwhelmed as it goes on. I'm looking at Surgery Ward Enhancement 1, which would give us another slot for a surgeon. It'll take 15 hours to do that improvement, though. Just not sure if that's the best option at the moment. I think it might be, because we just don't have the ability to recruit new teams of anything at the moment. We could do nutritious rations, which would help with morale, but morale's okay at the moment. Eventually we're going to be able to do some scout improvements as well. So we've completed the scout tent, and it looks like now we have missions that are going to be available to us. The Forest Wraith. During one of their patrols, this scout team discovered a well-masked but often repetitive human traces that suggest someone is traveling that route every day. HQ, suspecting German spies, requests the scout team be sent to investigate. So maybe this, by completing these missions, is how we're going to get the HQ points to be able to get new people. So we're going to have to hire a scout, though. So let's go ahead and look at, where's it at? Hire personnel. Okay, so we do have enough to be able to get one scout. So let's go ahead and confirm that order. It'll take 4 hours for them to come in. In the meantime, we're still dealing with a pretty maxed out casualty clearing station. We are operating at the moment. Looks like this guy's rested, so we can get him started on another exhausting operation. Everybody's pretty stable at the moment, so we're good there. We do need to keep an eye out for trauma medicine supplies, which are low. I did just upgrade the pharmacy improvement to where we can actually build this now. So let's go ahead and get somebody working on that. In the pharmacy, we'll start making some trauma medical supplies. I think everybody else is good. I guess I got this wrong. We're actually making more for the chemical supplies, which we don't actually need right now. What we need are more trauma supplies, which we're down to 2 of. So let's go back into the camp improvements, and we need to go to healing again. I think that, no, it's production. And we need to go to production and find where the ability to make stress relievers. Here we go. So we need 4 requisition points, which we don't have at the moment. So we'll do that as soon as we get another requisition point, which we won't get until we are able to clear one more person out of the rehab station, which is another 2 hours away still.
Is Lieutenant Isaac Hopper.
Our scouts here.
Imperial Force. I have orders to report to Major Wells.
That's me. Isaac Hopper, Australian Imperial Force.
That'll be me, Lieutenant. Let me welcome you to our hospital.
It's my pleasure to be here, sir. If I may say, sir, what are my orders?
Straight to the point, eh? Very well then. We're receiving intel from HQ, but it's only limited to the German attacks in No Man's Land. We need you and your men to be our eyes and ears outside this town.
Understood, sir. Then, when you have time, please join me in the scout tent.
Okay. So let's pause. A couple things here. First of all, we've got the rehab center. We've got a guy ready to go. And this was our VIP patient here. As I'm a man with certain influences, I hold some power when the hospital would gain additional resources or staff members. Yeah, so we know that. So I think this is a guy that we want to send back to the trenches just because of his combat power. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, wait, we can't direct the VIP patient there. Okay, where are we directing him? To HQ, I guess, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so we'll direct him to HQ, and then we're going to head over to the scout tent, see what we can do here. The question is, how hard are these different missions? And what do we gain by doing each of them? I guess we won't know until we find out. That one's 10 hours and 3 minutes. That one's 6 hours, 8 minutes. This one's 4 hours. So let's do the short one first. I just want to see what happens.
Unit has started a new mission.
Major Wells, thank you for saving my life, sir. I hope my father will reward you for your trouble. I hope so, too.
Sir, a dispatch from HQ.
Okay, what's the dispatch say? I assign additional resources to your facilities. General of the 5th British Army. He gave us one more. There we go. That's actually super helpful. Another staff point. Because that's going to allow us now to be able to hire some additional personnel. Now, the only thing we can really hire would be engineers or nurses. And honestly, I think the nurses would be the most helpful to me at the moment. Because I'm stretched pretty thin at times when it comes to the nurses. Really would like another surgeon, but that's not an option. So, all right, everybody else is good at the moment. So we're upgrading our surgery ward, which will give us another surgeon slot. What I'm hoping happens is that unlocking that, maybe we'll just get one and we won't have to spend staff points because we don't have any staff points. That's why I've been waiting to upgrade that, thinking I wouldn't be able to hire a surgeon anyway. But maybe we'll get lucky because we've got plenty of requisition points at the moment. We're also working on rehabilitation activities, which is going to increase the speed at which people are rehabilitated by 10%, which means I'll get them out of there faster and get the reward for healing those patients a little faster. Operating ward's actually empty at the moment, but we've got exhausted surgeons, so we're waiting a little while these guys rest. Everybody's stable at the moment, so that's the good news, and none of them are long surgeries. Once these guys are rested, we should be able to pump some of them out pretty fast. And we've got a little bit of time before the next incoming combat.
Sir, engineers reached the construction.
Seems the patient's will is strong and recent events have made less impact than expected. He seems to be responding to treatment really well and expected to recover faster than I expected. Excellent. That's great news. How are we doing on rehab? We've got one that's ready to go.
Reached the casualty clearing station.
So we're in the middle of changing shifts. So right now there's no actual nurse at the casualty clearing station. So that's why their recovery has, or not the casualty clearing station, at the rehab center. That's why their recovery is halted. Morale is the highest it's been for a while. We're strong enough in the trenches. So we're going to keep sending these guys to HQ in the meantime. Keep getting those requisition points.
Patient is cured.
Because then we can go and spend those on improvements. We can spend them on ordering supplies that we need. We're 3 hours away from our scouts being done with their mission.
Sir, engineers reached the pharmacy.
Now we've got a decision to make. It seems our diagnosis in this case is very accurate. We could perform a more adjusted procedure. The operation would run smoother or save some supplies. I think we're good on supplies right now. If we can make things easier for the doctor, then let's do it. Yeah, we've got a decent amount of all of our supplies. We're good on food. We're good on alcohol. I don't think there's anything that we're in desperate need of at the moment. I'm just going to keep an eye on the staff assignments and make sure that nobody's getting exhausted and we're rotating people as needed. Luna Fox is resting at the moment. We've got nurses everywhere else. We're 24% of the way to the surgery ward enhancement. Did we complete the improvement to be able to build these supplies? I thought we had, but maybe not. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pharmacy for a sec. No assigned workers to, trauma medicine supplies. There we go. Let's assign somebody for the trauma medicine supplies to get that built. All right, scouts find tracks and traces of bandages. They lead to a village that seems to have been bombed by German aircraft. Men from the village work to recover what they can from destroyed buildings, but their exhaustion is visible. Villages are untrusting of the scouts. The mayor denies seeing anyone, but the scout commander notices uneasiness in his behavior. If we spend 10 hours helping the villagers, we may hear some rumors or gently question some of the villagers, or we can push the mayor for more information. All right, help the villagers with their work. We're getting a little low on food for the first time, but I have requisitioned 40 food, so that's going to help with that. I'm going to ignore the suggestion to slaughter the chicken. That would hurt morale because we do have food on the way by delivery. Only for 20 food, it only spent 1 on military drafts. All right, back to the casualty clearing station. We are in the process of doing some surgeries, so we're in pretty good shape, which we're going to need to be because there's another battle coming soon.
Sir, new patient arrived.
Ready your weapons. Germans are approaching. All right, another attack on its way. They're coming at the trenches. But this probably means we're going to have some more wounded coming our way, and we still haven't cleared our casualty station.
We have received a dispatch concerning one of the patients who was recently brought in by ambulance.
Of course we have. We got another VIP. Alright, let's take a look. Who's our VIP this time? Otto Geschke. It sounds German to me. I turn to you with a request to help one of our German prisoners. There we go. He suffered serious injuries during his stay in one of our Bureau's facilities and requires immediate medical attention. We would appreciate it if he was returned to us in full health, just in case he should suffer new injuries during his further stay with us. So, they want to question this guy. Is what that's about, and it's an exhausting operation. He's serious. It's a 12-hour operation. No chance of failure, but high chance of complications. Okay, it's going to take 15 surgical supplies to save this guy, too. Oh my gosh. Which we don't currently have. So, number one, we've got to go to our staff assignments. And let's go to engineers. We do have somebody currently working on that. Dang. Complications. Man, jeez. In the meantime, there's not a lot else we can do. Alright, here's our result of our scout mission. Comparing rumors and things overheard during conversations, the scouts discovered that in recent days there were some lights and movement spotted in a nearby abandoned church. It could be worth investigating. So it's like another level to this mission now. We have to take it like the next step. I'm going to go to this. That one's 11 hours. That one's 13 hours. 16 hours. And that one's 17 hours. Good night. Alright, let's go here.
Unit have started a new mission.
In the meantime, we've got 2 waiting in rehab. This one's +3. That's huge. We're going to send him to the trenches because, well, no, you know what? We don't need to do that yet because we've got a couple of days before we worry about that. In the meantime, let's send to HQ. Send to HQ.
Sir, patient is cured.
We're at 62% morale right now, so that's good. Casualty clearing station's down to 10, but we've got a battle coming. Okay. Let's go with surgeries that are going to be relatively easy and not too taxing at the moment. Oh boy, gas. Thankfully we were prepared for this. We have a chemical surgeon on staff. Looks like mustard gas. That stuff just touches you. It doesn't even matter if you have a gas mask on.
Started dropping gas on our trenches.
Oh, yep. Here it comes. Oh, we don't have enough food to be able to provide for them.
I need you to heal my men, Major, as fast as you can. I cannot protect the trenches with
We have
so few.
too few. Yep, I see that. We'll probably start getting some in the chemical ward here soon.
I understand, Lieutenant Colonel. I'll do all that I can.
We've got a while on recovery with
First
these
they
current
bombard
ones.
our people with artillery, and now they spray us with gas. I fear what more awaits us.
I hate gas-induced wounds. I will notify our staff, sir.
Yeah, and
We
our
need
casualty
to be
clearing
ready.
station's already in bad shape. We are overwhelmed at the moment. A person knocks on the door of your office and enters a moment later. I'm working with this person, and he is irritating. All he does is tell again and again how important it is what we do. It ends up working less, and it pisses me off. Focus on the work. And now here comes the other one complaining as well. Friend was wounded on the front. Yeah, offer support. Let him rest. Got to get on top of this situation at the casualty clearing station. We're just really struggling at the moment. And we got to start getting people on the front lines before the next attack comes in a couple of days.
Sir, new patient arrived.
Somebody just died during the operation. We're up to 15 now in the casualty clearing station. Oh, brutal. We need more surgeons desperately. Alright, so you're just not going to make it. Some of these are 6-hour operations. We just don't have the time for that right now. This guy's serious, but only 2-hour operation. Let's do that. Oh, I didn't know this was something that was going to happen. This character has leveled up. Member of our medic team. We can choose which area to level up. They tire significantly slower. That actually might be the way to go here. Yeah, passionate. I like that. So let's do that. Where are we at on rehabilitation? 3.5 hours away from anybody being done. Alright, back to our scout mission. When he learns the scouts are from the hospital, he asks if they could take his children with them to the hospital. Ugh. I don't think we can. But the man, too. Maybe the guy can help out. Okay, let's do that. Hospital takes in 5 people. We salvage food and supplies, so that's good. So I'm not sure what that means. I'm around 65 now. Yeah, we had a couple of patients that we had to let, basically we're letting them die because their surgeries were going to be too long and too exhausting. And right now we've got 2 exhausted surgeons and a whole slew of people who need treated. It's a mess. I desperately need more surgeons. And in hindsight, and this happens anytime you play one of these games, these resource management games, is you learn things along the way. So that if you were to go back and replay it, you'd probably start over differently. In hindsight, obviously, it was a huge mistake in terms of requisitions on my part to spend on the trauma ward and the chemical ward for those surgeons because they've basically done nothing. I've treated like 2 people in the trauma ward and none in the chemical ward. So those have gone completely to waste for me. And those I could have had real surgeons or regular surgeons that I could desperately be using right now. Okay, so now we do have, no sooner had I said that than we suddenly have patients in both wards who are VIPs, two VIPs in the chemical ward. So we're gonna get right to work on them. And we've got a guy in the trauma ward as well, so we'll get going on that. These guys are tired. We've got a bunch of critical patients right now. Unfortunately, I mean, this is going to kill morale, but I'm basically letting a bunch of people die for the sake of treating ones that aren't going to take as much time or effort. All right, rehab center. We've got another one awaiting. We're going to send to the trenches because we've got to start building up. We're good right now, so one more should do it. Once we send these 2 to the trenches, I think they should be pretty strong. And because I'm letting a bunch of people die all of a sudden, I'm going to go ahead and build a morgue. So let's go ahead and get working on that. That'll take 3 hours. That'll clear bodies out faster so they're not taking up spaces in the casualty clearing station or in the operating ward. Alright, this guy's rested. So let's get to work on somebody.
Sir, new patient arrived.
And we've got somebody else who's ready to go. We're going to send this one to HQ.
Sir, patient is cured.
So this is something you don't like to see, but this is the reality of the situation at the moment. We've got a bunch of bodies waiting to be buried in the cemetery. And you can see, you've got these trenches and you're just laying them in there as they go. But so it goes. We still have an overwhelming number in the casualty clearing station. Thankfully, there's no battle coming for a little while, but right now our surgeons are so overworked. We've got another critical patient here. We've got a VIP here. This guy's going to be exhausted after it works on him, but we're going to have to go ahead and do that. We're going to deny care to the critical patient. Got another VIP here, but our chemical ward surgeon's going to be exhausted when it's done. Because of the large number of burials at the cemetery, civilians have been complaining about the bad smell coming from the graveyard. We could send some engineers to deepen the mass graves before things spiral out of control. So yeah, we'll send an engineer. We've got a few that are currently resting anyway. It looks like we got to do 2 of them for 6 hours.
Sir, I regret to inform you that Lucien Clare has taken his own life when he learned of his twin brother's death.
Oh.
His body was found hidden inside one of the ruined houses with both wrists.
Ugh. So this thing is a nightmare, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm excited to go back and play through, but I feel like we've got a long way to go on this story. There are chapters to the story, and we're still in June, and I'm guessing we're going all the way to the end of the war, so there's a lot of depth to this, and I imagine it's going to get more and more complicated. But we're going to wrap up this episode right here. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. And we've got another World War I game that just came out in early access that I want to check out. So we're going to be taking a look at that one as well. So be watching for that. Thanks for watching.